What a setting in County Kerry. Can you catch the rainbow there? Somewhere under the rainbow is the Churchill GAA club. And as somebody said a while ago, the next parish to hear is New York. And it's New York playing against Liverpool John Moores in the Electric Ireland Corna McLean Cup final at midday here. And as you can see, well, our camera is a little bit bright there because we were getting that lovely rainbow shot. The captains are out on the pitch. What a setting. You can't really see it too well, but behind us here over to the left, beautiful view. And as I say, next up along the Atlantic Ocean, about 3,000 miles away, is New York. And that is they on the right. Their captain there, Peter Cronin. And the other captain is Stephen Muldoon from Eglish in Tyrone, wearing number 2 for Liverpool. And the referee, not as far away from here, is Seamus Mulvihill. And you saw in the background there in the left, that's Dennis Sheehan in the red sleeves. He is with New York. So it's Churchill near Spa in County Tralee. And we are here for this final outside Tralee, and there is a strong enough breeze going from right to left as you are watching, and there is rain coming in now as well. Well, it's probably, how would you describe it, a heavy drizzle? So it's coming from right to left and the breeze going from right to left, so you would imagine most of the play will go from right to left in this game. Now, have we lost our pictures? Hopefully not. It's a difficult enough place here to do a live stream today. So we've got all sorts of equipment we're using today to try and bring this to you by the magic of modern technology and Wi-Fi's and live streams and whatever. But this is about as challenging as it gets from that point of view. But hopefully you are able to see the game and you are going to be able to follow it. On my monitor, it's flicking in and out a little bit, but hopefully that will right itself and you'll be able to watch by magic, as I say, 3,000 miles away in New York, where I believe it is 7 o'clock in the morning or coming up to that. So I'm told everything is okay and you are able to watch it. Maybe it's just my monitor just checking. So good to hear. And in New York, you're very welcome at that time of the morning to send me a message. We'd love to know your story and where you're watching the game from and what your connection is, that kind of thing. I am going to turn on my app and turn down myself so that I can see the live chat on there. And Tom says already, fair dues, Jerome, you're a glutton for punishment. All part of the job, Tom, all part of the job. You get the easy ones, you get the difficult ones. So it's Liverpool John Moores against New York. Let's look quickly at the New York team. No changes from the match yesterday in the semi-final. Peter Cronin, as I say, captaining from number 7 and very strong up the middle. Fintan Corbett, player of the match yesterday and player of the match in the final last year. So as far as we know, no changes, and the jerseys are the same. They got them washed and dried thanks to Corridons out there at the Loughlane Country House Hotel out there in Fossa as well. So that's their team, same as yesterday. Let's look quickly at Liverpool John Moores then. You won't know them as well. Jack McGill is Newry Shamrocks. Stephen Muldoon, the captain from Eglish. Christopher Hanratty from Inniskeen and Monaghan. Adam Butt at 4 is Killygarry and Cavan. Owen Donnelly is Ederney. Caelan Slevin Dromore. Jack O'Donoghue is John Mitchell's in Tralee, would you believe? So he's from here, he's come to his hometown. Conleth McGee is Faughonville. His dad has driven 4 hours from Faughonville way up on the north coast near Derry City to be here. Sean Clark is Shercock and Cavan. Caelan Duffy, Maguire's Bridge, Fermanagh. Christian Hughes, Latin. Mark McAfee, Ahagallan. Jared Malley, Kalevi. Oisin McGee is Galbally and Tyrone, and Louis Hughes is Grainmore and Armagh. So the rain coming in, it's probably heavier than a heavy drizzle now. The umbrellas are all up and the rain is coming in, as I say, from right to left. And it looks like Liverpool John Moores are going to have that advantage. Yeah, they have the advantage of the wind and rain in the first half. All the brollies up beside us here, and the referee Seamus just finding the right spot to throw the ball in here in Churchill, which I don't think expected to have this final here today, but they've got it now and we're delighted to be here. And there's Liverpool John Moores maybe going to get a run and goal in the first minute of the game, and it's played in by their midfielder Sean Clark, but it's gone wide. So there you have it. You have to use the wind, don't you? There's no point having that strong wind if you don't use it, but or use it properly or to your advantage. So you have to pinpoint the passes, but we'll see how that goes on as the half goes on. Goalkeeper is Ryan Corrigan. Gets a great kick out, and I think he catches everybody out there by the power that he put in it and the distance that he got. But it's still Liverpool John Moores with Christopher Hanratty from Inniskeen Grattans and Monaghan, the number 3. This is Caelan Duffy from Maguire's Bridge. So a mix of Ulster players with a Kerry man thrown in there from Tralee. Jack O'Donoghue at number 7 from John Mitchell's. So he's had the added bonus of coming home to see his folks, although other folks have travelled, as they say, from all over the country to come down to this match to support their players. So they're mainly Ulster, as I say, so it's been a long journey for a lot of the parents and friends of the Liverpool John Moores team. Louis Hughes, he's Armagh. There's a lot of Armagh connections. Armagh, Fermanagh, Tyrone, Down, they're all in there. New York, all homegrown in New York, but with lots of Irish connections, of course. This is going to be a tough enough first half for them, but they're used to that. That's what they had yesterday. They went in level and then won it well in the second half. The rain driving in from right to left and very heavy conditions, although the ground is on a bit of a hill here, so we have some height, so the pitch should be okay. Caelan Duffy. Oh, and there's a bit of room in behind here. And it's the centre half forward Christian Hughes, and that should be the first score. He takes it well. He just drifted in behind his man there and put it over, and that's the first score of the game, and it goes to Liverpool. An all-international final in Churchill. Liverpool beat Cavan Institute yesterday. It seemed like a tight game, high-scoring game as well, and a tough game. New York had a good win over Southwest College. Won it well in the second half. Now, New York struggling to get beyond halfway in the game, which is understandable. That's Muldoon, the captain, in the middle, just knitting the move together for Liverpool. That's well intercepted. This is the 18-year-old cornerback trainer. He's not 19 until, I think, November, he told me. And he's one of the new boys who's come in. And as Marty Boyle, the coach selector, told me yesterday, the youth in New York are getting better and better every year. And the proof is there. 2 years ago in the Shield final. Then last year they won the Cornamac Lane itself, and now they're defending it, and they've got to the final again. So they are getting stronger every year. That's Cronin. Their physicality is very impressive, and their defensiveness too. Didn't concede a goal yesterday, and last year in their 2 games they only conceded 1 goal. So really they're unbeaten. If you consider they won the Shield final 2 years ago, they're unbeaten in 2 years in this competition on Irish soil. I think the lines were to be painted this morning, or whatever it is that they do with them, but I don't think they have been. I can't see any lines. Maybe they're more clear for you watching from the camera, which is higher than me, but it doesn't look like it. Pitch was probably closed for the winter. That's Garrod Kennedy. Now it's New York's first real attack of the game, but that's strong defending by Hanratty. And back there helping, it's Caelan Duffy, the number 10. Now that ball lashed forward, and you can see that it picked up a lot of pace. And there was a nudge there from the New York player, so it's going to be a free for Liverpool. Caelan Slevin from Dromore in County Tyrone lets the ball do the work. Direct one approach, and this could be a goal. In fact, Louis Hughes is right through there, and it should be, and it is indeed. Christian Hughes, a few Monaghan men involved, and he salutes the pass in. Well, that's called using the wind, and why not when you're in a venue like this? First blood goes to Liverpool John Moores. Kick out again, gets good distance on it, but is actually going to go over the line on the far side. Just checking your messages and comments there on the live chat on the YouTube channel. Please leave a message there for us. This is good from Liverpool. That's a nice ball in as well from Conleth McGee, and well laid off by the other McGee, Oisin McGee, but it's gone wide. Remains just a 1 score in this game. Just checking on my own phone here to see everything looks good, and it does. 5 minutes in. 1 goal and a point to no score. So 4-0. Kick out from Corrigan. Cronin has it. Does well. Now, I think that was Lawler, and he looked up and didn't fancy the ball in, so just held it up instead, and Emmett Loughran spreads the play. And there's a sensible low ball into the full forward line, and that's looking for McElligott. Got a goal yesterday, and this is good, sensible play, and Liverpool have just dropped in there deep, but it gives New York a little bit of possession on the ball, and this has been really well worked, but will they get a score at the end of it? They don't. Goalkeeper did well at the second time of asking. That's Jack McGill from Newry Shamrocks in County Down. But better from New York. Good composed play. Just didn't quite have the finish, but it's going to be a tough first half for them, as Liverpool are able to transfer the ball very quickly. They're clearly a very good team, as well as having the conditions in their favour. This is Hughes from Greenmore in County Armagh. Oh, that's well stolen away though. New York don't mind a bit of hard work, and they're going to have to work hard. This is Emmett Loughran, man with Tyrone connections, and there's a few of those around today on the other team. Like the captain of Liverpool is Stephen Muldoon from the English club, and I saw somebody to my left there with an English jacket down here supporting him. They've come a fair distance as well for this All-Ireland final. This is Traynor from New York Celtics. Fintan Corbett from Shannon Gales. Oh, and that's just gone astray a little bit. Bobbled on the pitch. The rain and the sun over to the right-hand side on the backs of the Liverpool players in blue as you're watching. So they have all the elements, and they have a strong runner there in Hanratty, and they've gone for that direct ball in again, and it's stolen away. Well, they have a very good defence, and that goal they conceded is, as I say, only the second goal in their last 4 games on Irish soil. But almost inevitable, given the conditions and the strength of this team, that there'd be a goal or two in this final. So we can see the New York players grimacing a little bit, trying to get forward, but they're running into the rain and into a wind, and on a heavy pitch as well against a good team. So it's a tough half, but they have plenty of character. No more so than this leader, Peter Cronin. Peter the leader, they call him, and he's captain this year. He's played that out, and that is Mulvihill trying to go down on it, but you see there the difficulties. It's a bobbly pitch in places. The referee says get up, there's no problem there, get on with the game, and Liverpool are doing that. This is Conleth McGee. Loads of room in front of him, they're all backing off. He might take his own score. No, he gives it to the other McGee, and that's intercepted. He might have been better just trying to get his own point there. Cronin now, and there's room here for Loughran. He's their link player, and he gives it to Lawler, who's another link player, good runner on the ball, but he's got 3 men surrounding him there, and he'd be happy enough to get the free there, and so will his team, just to get a little bit of relief, and they'll take their time sensibly here. Just checking on the feeds for your comments, and just check everything else that's happening and make sure everything is going okay, and it seems to be. Aaron Healy has sent a message saying let's go New York. The alarms set early in New York for the 7 a.m. throw-in, 5 hours behind us. Don't be too alarmed about the score. You're 1-1 to no score down, but New York playing into a wind and a rain as well in the first half. And that again is a really good sensible ball in looking for McElligott. I think that is. Very hard to see the red numbers on those hoops. Oh, and it was hard for the goalkeeper there to see, but Hanratty came to the rescue. Big strong full back there, and the goalkeeper very, very pleased that he was there. But a few jittery moments in there when New York have got it in and around the goalkeeper. That might give them some encouragement. Well, here comes the cavalry charge from Liverpool. That was a nice move through the hands, but it's broken down. And every time I think the rain has stopped, it seems to get heavier. So it is coming down. Very, very tough conditions. This is Brian Coughlin from Rockland in New York, going down the right wing and a little bit of room, and he plays that sensible diagonal ball looking for McElligott. Maybe didn't mean it to go quite that far, but he's been well marshalled by Adam Butt, Cavan man. Fed out, and New York just playing sensibly here, just taking the sting out of the game and saying, well, we're not going to force it. Cronin again. And he will look for Loughran. And Loughran is fouled. Referee Seamus Mulvihill right on this game. Hasn't missed a thing. Now, why did I not get my rain trousers on? I didn't think it would rain, but I should have known. This is Joey Grace. I think it was McElligott 13 who took most of the frees yesterday, but this is Joey Grace, number 15. Also from New York Rangers, same club, across the full forward line. Beautifully struck. Well, that's why he takes them. That was graceful from Grace. Their first score of the game into a strong wind, and they deserve that for the way they have played early in this game. Jack McGill then with the kick out. Don't mean to harp on about the rain, but it's got even heavier. It's coming behind us, which is the only saving grace. Oh, that's good fighting by New York. I did say they won't mind a bit of a scrap, never mind the conditions, and I think they would have liked advantage there. Have they got advantage? I think they have, yeah. No, I thought the referee had brought it back, but no, he's let it go. Good refereeing once again from Seamus. And this is really well worked from New York. They've got a point. Now, tackles come in there and it's spilled. And that will be a free out, I imagine. And the referee, without fuss, in control of this game. And I'm looking at somebody on my right, and their brolly is drenched. Strangely, the sun is very, very bright down that end. Yet the rain is pouring down. That's why we had a rainbow at the start of the game. Now the rain just eases up a little bit. The sun's still out. The players all drenched. And there is a direct ball. Well, I thought there'd be a rainbow, and there certainly is. It's come out, and there might be a goal. A pot of goal at the end of the rainbow, possibly. No, he'll just take his point, and he kicks it into the rainbow. And that's Louis Hughes from Greenmore in Armagh. What a setting we have here in Churchill, near Spa, near Tralee in County Kerry. Next parish, New York. Kick out is low, and well, he found Lawler. If he meant to pick him out, that was really accurate kicking out. And all of a sudden the rain stops. Spring weather, I guess, in Ireland. And Lawler finds Grace in a lot of room. He's got support as well, but he goes for his own kick, but I thought he might be going for a score, but he's just put it in there. Keeper deals with that one well this time. So the wind has dropped, the rain has dropped, but the sun is very, very strong, going from right to left. That ball driven in there into the left corner, but it's well read by this well-marshalled defence. This is good from New York, isn't it? Through Corbett now, player of the match yesterday and in the final last year. And with that sort of play, he might get the award again. Coughlin is alongside him. He gives it to Coughlin on the left foot, and he drives it over the bar. Could easily have gone under the bar, but that's a brilliant, brilliant response from New York. They have great character in this team. And playing into the wind and the rain there, a goal and a point down, they have shown that character and resilience to come back with two very fine points. And that was all about Corbett. Sean wants a shout out to Clive O'Callaghan doing umpire behind the Liverpool goal. You've got it. Slevin from Dromore. Oh, and he gets his kick away beautifully, and that's a tricky one for the keeper. He needs to watch it, and he does. Good goalkeeping. I feared for him there a little bit, but he's a steady pair of hands in there. Judged it well. Fintan Corbett to Slevin. He called for it. He gets it. Shalvey from the Rockland club, same club as Coughlin. That's Mulvihill. And he just slipped there on the surface, which is understandable. Chance for Liverpool playing into the rainbow end with number 12 Mark McAfee, but that's broken down. And a chance for a counter, but they've given it straight back to Owen Donnelly from Ederney and County Fermanagh, and he gets us free. Conleth McGee is from Faughanville. Louis Hughes into Jared Malley from Killeavy and County Armagh. And I think they're going to come all the way back out here and recycle the ball. And they are. 14 New York players behind the ball. Hanratty gives it to Jack O'Donoghue, the Tralee man, and he gets us free. Slevin has the option of going sideways, but I think he's going to try and put this in and around with the advantage, and the sun will be in the goalkeeper's eyes as well, but he's sliced that over to the right near the clubhouse, and it's out, says the referee, and his umpires working together there. Just check your messages and comments again. All seems to be good on the live stream. I hope you're enjoying the coverage provided free to view thanks to the Higher Education GAA Committee. All seems to be fine there and going smoothly. This is Coughlin. You see there another player slipping. All that rain that we have had, but thankfully it's stopped now. Coughlin gets us free. And again, Mulvihill, the referee, has an air of authority, I think you could say, in full control of this game. You can tell by the way the players accept the decisions. They know he's on the ball. The man on the ball here is going to be Joey Grace. He put over a brilliant one a minute ago, and he's going to try and put another, but this one way over on the left, so a much trickier one. New York have done really, really well when you consider the conditions, and they haven't conceded a score now in, what, maybe 10 minutes or so? Or 18 minutes in now. And that goes low, and that could be tricky, but they're not able to keep it in. Actually, it's 1-2, of course, not 1-1. Maybe there was another point I forgot about. But basically, New York have done really well. But it's Liverpool who lead at the minute. It's gone a little bit quiet here. Big crowd to my right and left. Bit of a lull in the game, you feel. That's good, strong work from New York. They're very quick to get in the challenges. And again, that's terrific work from Colm Shalvey. Leading the charge. And what have they got out of it? Is it a hot ball? Well, they certainly are tenacious, New York. Coughlin goes up for it with McGee. Faughanville against New York. And Coughlin goes to ground in the tough conditions. And if you just take that 30 seconds there, that sums up this New York team. They like a battle. Bring it on. This is Mark McAfee from Ahagallen in County Antrim. Owen Donnelly, Ederney. The Tralee man now. Hanratty. Instead of just lumping it into the full forward area, they try the corners, but that has gone over the line. Just coming up to the 20-minute mark. Referee gives advantage. Again, no fuss refereeing, but completely in control of this game and making all the sensible calls. Tough challenge coming in, not once but twice. And the referee again on the spot. Any more messages on live chat? Feel free to give me a shout on there. Also checking the Twitter feeds just to make sure we are completely up to date. And feel free to message there on the live chat. I'd like to know from New York. I'd like to hear from New York in particular. Or Liverpool John Moores. I'm sure there's viewers, especially around Ulster, for this midday start in this Electric Ireland Corn McLean final. Referee looking to have a word with one of the players. Not happy with something that happened there. A little word or two out of place. Gives me a chance to tell you that New York, by the way, as part of the progress that they are making, is that in December they purchased or agreed a project for their first ever permanent base for underage GAA. There's 3,000 kids playing in New York apparently, and they have a $3 million new home in the Yonkers area. Redmond Park, fantastic to see. It's all on an upward curve, and this team here who have just won a free and are doing very well in this final, which is a competition they are defending, all part of that progress and the pathway in New York. It's all going really, really well, and hopefully will filter right through to the New York senior team. But this competition in particular and this opportunity to play at this level in Ireland seems to be benefiting the players in particular. They go through CYC and FEILA and things like that, but this level, at university level, they're all at universities. It's a New York collegiate team. It keeps them involved and it gives them football at a very intense level here in Ireland, and they certainly were boosted from winning it last year, and they've come back this year and got to the final again. So it's definitely a long-term plan that seems to be working and going in the right direction. 22 minutes in, 1-2 to 3, just the 2 points in it, and Liverpool might be thinking that they maybe need to get another score or two on the board. And that one played in there, but again, brilliant defending from New York. Adapted really well in the corner there. Was it Luke Corridon maybe, who just changed direction and did the job to keep the ball out? And then when they move the ball around this area, they're very confident and they fight for it well and support each other well under pressure, and they're having to do that right now. Under serious pressure, in fact, from Liverpool. Do they get it out? They do, and they get it free. Just about. Great press, though, from Liverpool. And New York standing firm in this first half, I think it's fair to say. Under pressure, showing a lot of resilience. Tommy McGilligan is watching from a snowy New York. He says Tappan, T-A-P-P-A-N. Thanks for that. And Sean Tierney says, our family chat, the Crazies, are cheering Aaron Trainer from New York. Aaron, the number 2, just 18 years old. Great game yesterday and doing very well again today. Liverpool with Louis Hughes. Trying to work it through, but they're not having any joy really in the last 10 minutes or so. New York have set up so well. They're just keeping them at bay. There's only been that one moment when the goal was scored. Slevin now tries to get it through, but you see they defend from the front. And they obviously practice that and are coached and trained extremely well, and as they prepare for these games. They usually start around Thanksgiving. And you can tell the way they played that comes through from the training. Referee, I think, going for a yellow here, is it? And indeed a yellow card is shown. Can't quite see the number from here, but a yellow card for a New York player who, well, he's marking the number 8, so is he playing around the middle? I'll try and get his name for you, just for the record, because that could be important later on. I think it is 4. I think it's Corrigan, not Corrigan, who got that. Oh, and another slip, and he's under pressure here, but he does well to get a toe to it, and that's what New York do most of the time. They get that vital touch in there on the dirty ball, and now they might be able to get up the field a little bit. Joey Grace gets support from Kennedy. He's from the St. Barnabas Club, another of the famous clubs in New York. Cronin gives it back to Grace. A long way from goal, but they're edging the way up the pitch, and that's good football. Gets it back from Loughran. Good composed support play here. And giving the ball to hand as well, because it's important in these conditions to keep possession. So good accurate play, and now they go for the ball in there, maybe looking for Coughlin. Spills though, and that high challenge will be a free out, and the referee is going to tick for that. Maybe even show a card. Gavin tells me that, or Gavin Vickers' mum tells me, that the number 14 for New York reminds her of a young Shane Dervin playing for full forward for Mayo Miners back in '95. I'll have to take your word for that. But thank you for the message on the live chat on the YouTube channel. 1-2 to 3 still. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Bit like yesterday. The game yesterday was 1-2 to 5 at half time. New York put in a very strong second half. Liverpool's attack nearly breaks down, and the referee says that's a free in. There was just a loose tackle there, a loose boot, and it's a free for Liverpool. And you would imagine, even though the wind doesn't seem to be strong now, that this would be a good opportunity for Christian Hughes from Leinn in County Monaghan to give them a 3-point lead. Just inside the 45, I think. Connects well, should be just inside the post, and I think it is. And the confirmation comes from the white flag, and it's 1-3 to 3. A 3-point lead coming up to half time. Ryan Corrigan in no particular rush. They'll be pleased to get to half time. Gets a great connection on his kicks. Looks for Coughlin, and Coughlin annoyed at himself that the ball slipped through his hands. Sean Clark, Cavan man, bursting through tackles to Slevin. Cavan, Tyrone, Tralee, Fermanagh all combining for Liverpool John Moores. Back to Slevin. That's Stephen Muldoon, the captain, just making sure that he doesn't touch the ball on the ground. Louis Hughes. This is a bit scrappy, but it's understandable in these conditions. Duffy. And the effort now from distance. Is it going to be a score or a pass? Well, the goalkeeper read it beautifully. That was great work again by Brian Corrigan from the Shannon Gales Club. And that ball is looking for the full forward, Mulvihill, but he's outnumbered there by at least 4-1. I'd say at this stage New York will just be happy to get to half time, but they have 2 more minutes to play out. Liverpool going for another score. He's given that a good dig, but it's gone to the right and it's gone wide. Plenty of support here for Liverpool. As I say, a lot of people have come down, a lot of northern accents. Corrigan switches sides this time. Most of the kickouts have gone the other side, but the wind has held that one up. Oh, what a brilliant piece of fielding. And it was that man Shelby. He's had a brilliant game as he had yesterday, and that was superb. It really changed the momentum of the game a little bit because Liverpool have been in charge the last few minutes, and here he is again. That's leadership for you. Kennedy, way out on the left-hand side. Nice composed footballer, not in any particular rush. Just feeds it forward and plays a sensible ball and gives it to Lawler. Lawler, Shannon Gales, by the way. Last minute of the first half. Oh, and that's intercepted, and it's Conleth McGee, but the referee had spotted something there, and they said that's a free in for New York. We, by the way, have a player down, and that's Pat Burke from Rockland. Off camera, he is down, and he seems to be holding his hamstring. That's not a good sign. Here's a look again at an incident from earlier in the game. These are examples of New York, I think, taking the game to Liverpool and getting stuck in. And here is a replay, I think, of the goal. It is indeed. That's Hughes. Leaves it off. And the finish from Christian Hughes. So Louis Hughes and Christian Hughes. And it looks like, sad to say, just left of the camera, that the number 9, Pat Burke from Rockland, is having to go off, and that is a serious blow to them. Yeah, there's no way he's going to continue. Now, they have a lot of good subs. They all came on yesterday and made an impact, but nobody wants to lose their midfielder, and that's a sad end to Pat's journey here in Ireland. Played well yesterday, but 2 games in 2 days. 1 minute extra to be played at the end of this half. Just enough time for New York to get a sub on, maybe. But they might also get a point here as well. No, that's a bit low, and it's going wide. And understandable again in the tricky conditions. But this game just petering out at the end of the first half. Should be just about time up. 1-3 to 3. And the body language of the referee tells me he's about to blow for half time. Nope, maybe we've got another little bit to go. Haven't seen a sub come on just yet. Trying to look around to see. I do see a New York player on. Again, hard to see the red numbers on those stripy jerseys, but that's him running towards the ball in your shot now. Oh, and that's brilliantly blocked down again by Shelby. What a half he has had. He's been the man of the first half, and he has been one of the reasons why New York are still very much in this game. That was great work by him, and he gets a pat on the back from the guy who's just come in, and that is their sub number 25 for Liverpool, who has come in. That's Larkin Kennedy from New York Rangers, and indeed he was the first sub, I think, yesterday as well. So half time, 1-3 to 3. Difficult conditions, especially in the first 15 minutes, but I think both teams in a way will be happy. Liverpool will be happy, obviously, with the lead, but New York will be relatively happy, and they are a second half team going by yesterday, and they will be happy that they kept them to that into the conditions. So they showed a lot of character in the first half. Paddy O'Kane on the live chat says, get Connacht McGee to full forward. He scored 110 in his last game for Faughonville. Well, he's playing around midfield. Second half, you're going to find scores a lot harder to come by. Regina Corrigan says, let's go Ryan Corrigan and New York, and they are going. And 1 or 2 other messages coming in, but I think we'll just break for half time and be back for the start of the second half. So we will regain our composure, and the crowd will go and get a coffee or whatever, and we'll be back on the live stream right here in about 6 or 7 minutes. Mate, just give us a minute here. Yeah, I'm ready. Pardon? Well, welcome back for the second half. Rain is back, so it's making conditions obviously even more difficult. Liverpool, John Moores in the blue with the lead at half time. And they go direct one. That's a good ball into the full forward line. They're going to need to be clever in the second half, and they are being exactly that. Maybe they'll be one of those teams that plays well into these conditions. Need to play smart, and they're doing that right at the start. New York with a blow at half time, with Pat Burke from Rockland having to go off. But they've plenty of good men to come on. But they are going to have a battle on their hands in the second half. They will have a bit of wind, although the wind has dropped right at the minute, but they'll have the rain there as well, which is kind of going on their backs as well. But it is Liverpool who have started the second half well, just in the first minute, with plenty of possession and working the ball well. This is exactly what you need in these conditions. Sensible play, not taking on too many 50-50s, waiting to make sure. They're passing the ball around really well to hand as well, and that's going to be a free in. They have drawn a free, and Oisin McGee from Galbally in Tyrone is the number 14 who has got that free, and he's going to leave it for Christian Hughes from Monaghan, who could give them a 4-point lead here at the start of the second half. So the game finally balanced given the conditions. New York, you would say, have the elements in the second half. But it's just a tough day at the office for both teams. It was out at half time, and the pitch is cutting up quite a bit. It's very soft, as you would imagine this time of year, after the weather we have had as well. Now that kick just going to the left and wide, it just seems to be more difficult to get scores at that end. Good long kick out again from Corrigan, but as you see, it just skids off the surface over the side. We welcome your comments on the live chat on YouTube. Big audience watching on there in the first half, very early in the morning in New York, of course. Brendan Rooney. I'll come to that message in a minute, because Jared Malley has the ball from Calevian, County Armagh, and gets it into Louis Hughes, also from Armagh, from Greenmore. But there's that New York resilience again. They are going to grind this one out in the second half, as they did yesterday. Oh, that's good work to get it to Lawler, and he turns his man well, but struggles to get away, but gets past two players. Has to go sideways and gets it back again. This is Aidan Lawler from Shannon Gales. Have been very impressed by him. Now, this is their midfielder, Kennedy. And now it's their turn to be smart, but there's the big up and under. The direct ball, and the keeper watches it, but it's going to drop into the net, and it does, and it's a goal. It's a goal for New York right at the start of the second half, and it's exactly what they needed. Well, you can blame the goalkeeper, but really, for me, that came all the way back out the field, and it was Aidan Lawler doing really good work for his team. They turned it over at one end. They showed that famous New York resilience, and they got their reward at the other, and they didn't need to spend too much time creating it. It was a hit and hope, and a ball that went in there, and why not in these conditions put it in and around there, and it's paid off. They put the ball in a lot yesterday, and they put it in again, and they've got a reward right at the start of the second half. So going back to the live chat messages, Brendan Rooney cheering on New York from Omaha, Nebraska. On the Shannon Gales and Barnabas boys, he says, see you in the summer. Kieran Trainer says, good first half in New York, watching live here from New York on a snowy day, cheering on my nephew Aaron. That's the 18-year-old at number 2. Well done at the back, keep up the good work. Tommy McGillick has just messaged saying, let's go New York. And Dennis Walsh says, good morning from New York. It's Barry Walsh, actually, he says, even though it's under the name of Dennis, but it's Barry Walsh in New York. He thinks that we could have chatted around 2018. It was our first year to participate in the Corn na McLean. That's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it, that it's, 6 years, and the progress that New York have made in that time. Free in for New York. And one of the Liverpool players is down below us here, and there's a lot of blood over his face. I think he got an accidental elbow. And there he is. That's a nasty one. Hopefully he'll be able to go back in and continue. And actually it's the Gallen man, Mark McAfee, being bandaged up. He seems to be struggling but saying he's okay. Hopefully he'll be able to continue, but that's a tough one to take. He ended up in a goal from the move as well, where he got injured. This is Joey Grace, connected beautifully in the first half once or twice, and he's done that again. Well, get that man to the Super Bowl. They're bringing over Irish fellas to do that, but he could do that. That's twice he's done that, and New York are in the lead for the first time in this game. And I think they're bringing on another sub. I was impressed yesterday with their substitutions. They brought them on at just the right time, all of their subs, and the first one I think was for Lawler, and it might be Lawler going off again, or is it? No, it's actually Chris Mulvihill. That was the first switch yesterday as well. They just worked really well and lifted the team at various times throughout the second half. And in comes the sub again. And you'll need it in the second half. It's a real squad effort for New York. I think it is 22 again who did come on yesterday at the same time. That would be Sean Smith, and he got an excellent point as well. And they all know their job, and he's gone straight on to Slevin. Actually, it's 17 who's come in. It's is it 17? Again, those red numbers, so hard to see from a distance. I'll come back to it. Conleth McGee now for Liverpool John Moores as they try to get going again. Oh, and that's tough tackling by Emmett Loughran, but the referee says the man was going down for the ball. Louis Hughes. The crowd encroaching onto the pitch. They can't see the line, and to be honest, I can't either. So they're very close to the side. Running repairs on Mark McAfee here. He's asking, is it possible for him to continue? And he looks like he's gone through a boxing fight, about 12 rounds of it against a very dangerous opponent. This is Oisin McGee. Liverpool trying to get an equaliser. McGee again, and that's good work by him, and he gets it to the other McGee, Conleth McGee, and has that gone over? The umpire's consultant, they say it's a wide. It's a wide ball. It's a wide ball. Just asking someone in the crowd here to help me. Aaron Clogher on the sideline here. Great field, and New York might get another score here because they've got it to Joey Grace, and off he goes. Dare I say, in a graceful manner, but his shot is disgraceful at the end of it. He really should have scored there, and he'll know that himself. But a good break, and New York playing really well in this second half. They're using the conditions well, but after nearly 8 minutes in, they lead by a point. So the game really well balanced. There's a car up on the hill on the far side. I don't know how they managed that. Might have difficulty getting back out. (17) is Tiernan McLaughlin, I'm told. Yeah, I know that. I'm just not quite sure. Is it the 17 who's in there? Is that this number that I saw on the back? If it is, it's Tiernan McLaughlin who came in as a sub. Thanks for that message on the live chat on YouTube. Liverpool trying to respond after going behind for the first time in the game. They're going to have to dig this one out, but that is broken down, and I think that is the sub who was in there. And just as I say, all the subs come in and they knit together well, and they all seem to come in and make an impact and do a solid job for the team. And it's Liverpool retreating. It is 17 who's in. I see him now. Tiernan McLaughlin, New York Celtics. And that's Lawler, and he takes a shot at goal and might even drop in behind again. And hearts and mouths for Liverpool, but it doesn't go in. Now, number 12, Mark McAfee, is about to go back in. He's had those running repairs, which took several minutes, but he's come back into the play, number 12, for Liverpool, John Moores. Now, substitution for Liverpool, and it's up in their forwards, 24. 24 looks to have gone off. Oh yeah, he came on, of course. It was a blood sub. So 24 was on for Liverpool. That's Owen O'Hagan, and he's gone back off again. Big fella up in the full forward line. But fair play to McAfee, bravely playing on despite that heavy knock that he took. Free for New York. Joanne Marley on the live chat says that she is cheering on number 25 Lorcan Kennedy from the O'Rourke family in County Meath. Yep, he came on a while ago. Here's the other sub. He came on a minute ago and he filters that ball through. And this is great play from New York in the conditions. And they go for a score and they make it a goal. Oh, and he flicks it over the bar, Coughlin. Well, the bear in the square is back, and not with a goal this time, but with a point, and an important point to give them a 2-point lead. And New York playing very good football in the testing conditions. Geraldine Rock says that Aaron's family, that's Aaron Trainer's family in Silverbridge, County Armagh, all cheering him on. And Connor says, I met Derek Tully before the game and he said, these are two defensive-minded teams, two extremely talented squads, but the real trick is whoever scores today, more today, will win the match. Oh, get that fella on the Sunday game. So thanks for all those messages from everybody watching on the live chat on the YouTube, which has been made possible by the Higher Education GAA Committee. Great to be able to watch this game. Years ago you wouldn't be able to. But now you can watch it now. I think he's taken a bang to the head there, maybe from a knee or something accidentally. You would imagine. It's a painful one, but the referee having a word nonetheless, and he just wants to calm this down and make sure there's no silly stuff. Because it is a close game, it is a final, and they are indeed two defensively minded teams, but also with a lot of good players. Defensive systems on both sides very, very strong. That's why the scoring has been so low. Now, what can happen from this one? Coughlin going for it, but doesn't manage to reach it. You imagine New York will do a lot of that in the second half. Put it in and around there, looking for Coughlin. He's named at number 11. But believe me, he is the bear on the square. And he might have picked up a tip or two from David Clifford and Paddy the other day in Fossa. Going for a 2 in a row of this title, New York. And that's nicely batted down. And both teams battling really hard in these conditions, and the fight for possession, the dirty ball is won by New York and they get another free. They're just edging the close contests. And the referee again just laying down the law and saying, look, I don't mind you getting stuck in, but just keep it clean and take the decision and get on with the game. Rain has stopped, thankfully, which means I can see my monitor again and keep you up to date. 12 minutes in, 1-5 to 1-3. Not that I can see this play, but there comes the ball now into the middle, and it's batted down, and all the way back there is the number 14, the full forward, Oisin McGee. Now, that's a free out. It wasn't on the ground, don't worry. He'd already heard the decision. So Liverpool with Hanratty, the fullback. 2 points down. Haven't scored yet, I don't think, in the second half. Conceded a goal and 2, I think, is it? 2 points in it. Free for Liverpool. Comes out to Owen Donnelly. And New York trying to get in there and tackle, but slipping and sliding on the soft ground. Slevin. And that's the sub again. I told you the subs all making an impact. They're all getting in and around but playing the same way, but it just brought more energy. And that effort has come in from Christian Hughes. They're looking for another goal and it spills, and New York were quickest to react. I think it was Corridon who was in there. Tough challenge coming in, and that is a free out. It was too high from McAfee. So New York won this last year, first time ever, created history. So clearly winning back-to-back would also create a little bit of history. But we're a long way away from that. Liverpool very capable, as you saw a moment ago, of getting in and around the area and getting a goal. They could spoil that story. Direct ball played in there. It skidded all the way through, but it's well read by Adam Butt. Coughlin comes in on him, but gives away a free. New York relying on doing well defensively and then putting it into that full forward area. They got 1 goal out of it, and they're looking for another score too. That's another high one, and he says it wasn't meant to be. The ball was there, and I think that was Lawler, who has been in the wars himself. But I think the referee will have to take action here. Maybe a yellow, which would be the second or third. Our camera shots, I'm told, are a little bit dark, so we'll maybe try and brighten them up a little bit. We're just going with the conditions here, which change all the time, but our director tells me to tell our cameraman to brighten up a little bit. Liverpool trying to brighten up their day by trying to get through, but it's very difficult to play good football. They do get a free out of it, though. It's about guts and determination, and that was determined play by them. So the third quarter completed. We're in the last 15. They go short. Sean Clark from Cavan gives it to Louis Hughes from Armagh. Gets it back, and this should be their first score. I say should, it's difficult. Has he got it? He has done that perfectly. That's a super score, and as you can hear, the crowd to my left delighted with that one. And going into the last quarter, Liverpool raising their game. That's an important score, just to lift the team a little bit. 1-5 plays 1-4. This is going right down to the wire. Ryan Corrigan. Nothing on short, so he goes long. He gets a long kick out, and the wind carries it a little bit more, and that's beautifully batted down. And it was Emmett Loughran who did so. And there's a dangerous ball in. It's beautiful ball in as well at an angle. And nice turning and twisting. The finish, is it there? It isn't. It isn't. You just feel there's more room up there, and their direct attacks are bound to result in another goal or so up at that end. But Liverpool holding on at the minute. They've got back within 1 point, and this is McAfee, bloodied by the challenge about 10 minutes ago, but carrying on. 47 minutes gone. The supporters are getting a bit impatient to my left, but New York have won it back. That's great play. And this is the sub I was telling you about, Tiernan McLaughlin, and that's direct football. Now they're outnumbered in there, but they might still win it, and they get a free in. That's good football again. New York, how many times did they do that? They turn it over, and then they get the free at the other end. The crowd encroaching in front of me here, unfortunately, but I have a monitor, so I'm able to follow the play, thankfully. Dennis Walsh, who is actually Barry Walsh, on the live chat, as the yellow card is shown to the number 4 Butt, says, could you give a shout out to Frank Burke and the lovely Jerry Tully, who were instrumental in getting New York into the Cornwall McLean, which has been a great asset to the development in New York. Absolutely. Jerry has been here this week, former chairman, and it was a great move, and it's proved very, very beneficial. Now Grace strikes it, and it doesn't go near the goal, and goes over the line at the far side as well. Jack McGill, the goalkeeper. Goes low, goes left, goes out. And it's a New York ball, and he protests and asks for a little bit of help down there. But it's New York with possession. 1 point up. How will they manage this game? They've learned a lot of things from playing in Ireland, and this is one of them. How to close out games. They've done very well, did it yesterday. But that has been turned over. Mainly, to be honest, it wasn't really a turnover. It was just he slipped in the difficult conditions. But they've learned how to manage conditions mostly as well. And that's good. Tracking back to win a loose ball. And that's what they do. They win those dirty balls, New York. And here they come. They filtered it through now. And on the run, it's Lawler looking for it. Is he going to get it? He is. This could be a score. They're only 1 up. This would put 2 up, and they might get more out of it. Well, he's just shot a little bit hastily there. I think they've been told to just put the ball in and around there and hope for the best. But they do get a free out the field because the referee had given advantage there. expecting another sub or two to come on, especially for New York. They look like they're warming up somebody on the far side there. As I say, they sort of bring them on every 5 minutes. I like the way they manage them. Martina Mallon says good luck to Emmett. That is indeed Emmett Loughran, family from Kildress. She says good luck to Emmett and the New York team from Martina Mallon. And Loretta Kennedy says good luck New York, especially Lorcan Kennedy from Uncle Sean and cousins in Ballinascreen in County Derry. Yeah, Lorcan come on as a sub at the end of the first half when Pat Burke, the midfielder, was carried off. This is Slevin. Gives it to McGee. Liverpool with the big number 24 now on the field. That's Owen O'Hagan looking for it again. He came on as a blood sub. And now he's on full time. I don't know who he came on for, but he's definitely in there now for New York or for Liverpool. That could be a tricky one. Goalkeeper needs to watch it, but no problem at all for Ryan Corrigan. Steady goalkeeper. This is Emmett Loughran. Plays in and around the middle of the field. He's named at number 10, but plays in a sort of Brian Dooher role, picking up a lot of loose possession and winning ball and carrying ball and using it well. Now, New York living a little bit dangerously here around this area. Sheehan does well. Cronin always seems to be available and always plays the simple pass, and now New York have a chance to transition. It's Joey Gracie wants to get on that right foot. Well, actually, he gives a pass. Oh, and it's just spilled. Free out, says the referee. And Liverpool still in with a chance of saving this game. They are behind and they're playing into the wind, but they're still right in this game. 1-5 plays 1-4. We're into the last almost 8 minutes of normal time. That's McAfee for Liverpool. They have a good history in this competition. Liverpool John Moores. Or was it Liverpool Hope actually about 5 or 6 years ago who did very well at this level and maybe even the level above it. Now, Seamus going in to calm things down in there and says, boys. Man down. That's the New York sideline. You can see all the New York management there. Robert Corridan is a manager from Listowel in Kerry, actually. And to the left there, that is Dennis Sheehan. He's from Glenbeigh, as we watch the goal from the first half and the goal from the second half, both at the same end. And we just dropped in to the corner there. And that's why New York are leading by a point. And that's Marty Boyle over the injured player. And that's Mike Kennedy coming out with the magic water. And that's Robert Corridan in the background with Dennis Sheehan. They're a little bit anxious at the minute, as you can understand. But they do lead here by a point going into the last 7 minutes. And Liverpool have found it very difficult to score in the second half. I think they may have only scored 1 point. In fact, that's right, yeah, 1 point in the entire second half. On the live chat, Murph is cheering on New York from Palestine, Texas. Brilliant. And Richard Hartnett says he remembers me coming to film Bronx Warriors against Hoboken in New York Junior Hurling Championship a few years ago. He's enjoying the coverage and he says, bring it home, boys. Bring it home again, would be the message. New York leading by a point, defending the title they won last year. And that's definitely a foul. And the referee gives advantage. Now, he wanted to go, but the referee has brought him back. And I think he wants to have a word with the perpetrator there. Might actually suit New York just to keep the ball down that end and just kill the game for a minute. The question now going into the last 6 minutes is, have Liverpool got another score in them? It's going to be very difficult for them. In fact, the referee here is speaking to the New York player. And he's given a yellow card as well. I think it's one of the subs, is it? A number 20 something on the jersey. And it's a free for Liverpool. Obviously, he saw something closer than we did. And now he says the player touched that on the ground. Is it hand ready? And he rolls the ball away as well. So this could end up being a crucial point in the game, a crucial score. And yeah, he is going to move it in. And you would imagine Joey Grace will be all over this to try and give his team a 2-point lead. It's amazing how a game can change on something small. You may have heard that comment. It says Liverpool, use your heads. But it's getting to that point in the game where composure is indeed the word. Actually, that's not Grace, that's McElligott who's going to take this one. And that should not be a problem at all for him, and is not. 2-point lead for New York going into the last 5 minutes. Conditions here changing all the time. Our camera maybe still a little bit dark, but it's, as I say, it could brighten up, it could get darker. Oh, and that's beautifully taken. That's an important ball, one for New York. They really have strong characters in this team. They've built it over the last few years, and they benefited from coming to Ireland over the last few years. And these boys are taking the game to Liverpool, and they've got a free as well. They could even go into a 3-point lead, and look who's leading the charge. It's the leader, it's the captain, it's Peter Cronin, with plenty of backup. Number 12 there in the shot, Aidan Lawler. I've been very impressed by him. They've made light of the conditions in New York, and their attitude yesterday was terrific. I said, you're playing Liverpool, and they just said, whoever, bring it on. We will play our game and we will take it to them. Interesting to note now, Brian Coughlin for New York has been brought out to around the middle of the field. It's as if they're saying, well, let's get this score and let's defend. And they are very good at defending. But is he going to put it over? He is, of course. 3-point lead and 2 very important frees in the last couple of minutes. We're going into the last 3 minutes, and New York have a 3-point lead, and in these kind of conditions, that's like a 10-point lead. Liverpool have only scored once in the second half. Now, who's going to win the break? Well, that's Oisin McGee from Galway and Tyrone. Maybe there's life still left in Liverpool. Slevin wants to take it quickly before all the New York players get back, but unable to do so. The referee is holding it up. Maybe there's another sub being lined up, but the referee says now we can go. Stephen Muldoon, the captain from Eglish in County Tyrone, trying to get his team going. Mark McAfee from Ahagallen in County Antrim. Caelan Duffy from Maguire's Bridge in Fermanagh. Slevin from Dromore. Lots of Ulster boys and one Kerry man as well, and the shot comes in from a Cavan man. This is dangerous. They need a goal here to level it. The full forward is in, but look at the New York players diving on the ball. Wow, that's what win games. And New York are good at winning games. I don't think they've lost in Ireland now for 2 years. They're on a run of 5 undefeated games if they win this one. And that kick out is spilled, and it's Cavan. Well, Cavan wear the blue and they have a Cavan player, but it's Liverpool, of course. And the referee says that's fine. Lawler has won it back for New York. He gets support as well from McLaughlin. Doesn't need it. Goes inside. I can't even read the number. There's so much mud on the jersey, but it doesn't matter. Here now is McLaughlin from New York Celtics, looking to finish the job for New York. He gets inside. Is it going inside the post? It isn't. That would have made it a 4-point lead and made it a 2-point game, but he just missed the target. But it's still coming into the last minute of normal time. A 3-point lead for New York. Liverpool need to get the ball up the pitch. Muddy, tough conditions. But Hanratty gets it from Muldoon. Off they go. The charge is on for Liverpool. The mud is on the jersey, but I can see that it's Lorcan Kennedy who was trying to tackle there. Challenge comes in on Sean Clark, and he gets his free. Is there drama in the last minute? The referee shows another yellow card. I think it might be to Coughlin. Clark from Cavan gives it short. Louis Hughes from Greenmore and Armagh. They need a goal. The men in blue from Liverpool. John Moores, they've worked it here. A point will be no good, but they'll take it. They'll take it and hope that there is time. And that's only their 2nd point in the half. Well, now if they get a goal, they'll win it. Good work by Mark McAfee from Gallen to set it up. It's all a matter of time now. The referee talking to the players. The great block there was by Aaron Traynor, by the way. Terrific young player. Only 18 years old. Only just 18, really. And that's an important ball to win in the middle of the field, and they win it. And New York standing up when it is needed time and time again. We are now into added time. They've learnt how to manage games so well and how to win the dirty ball. They've been so well coached, and they've been on a path the last few years that has led them to glory. And I'm told 3 extra minutes to be played. The rain starting to come down again, but it's just a drizzle, and New York won't mind that at all. Just to give you the overview again, we're in added time. We're also in Churchill, near Spa, near Tralee, right on the coast, next parish, New York, in the Electric Ireland Corn McLean final. New York have been in this competition for 6 years. They won the Shield 2 years ago. They won the final last year. And now they're on the verge of retaining their title, which is remarkable progress. 62nd a minute. And that's high, but I think it's gone to the right, and it has. Encouragement from the crowd supporting Liverpool, mainly Ulster people who have come down for the game, trying to inspire their lads. Can they get up the field and win this game with a late goal? But that kick out has been won by New York, and I think, was it Kennedy again? What a terrific player he has been for them the last couple of years. Such a bright future for New York with all of these lads coming through and gaining such terrific experience in Ireland. 62nd minute, nearly in the 63rd. The men in blue from Liverpool, John Moores in England against New York Collegiate team. 2 points down. Is there a last minute dramatic goal for them? And that challenge was a strong one, and it came in from Corbett. Stephen Muldoon, the captain from Eglish, gives it to Caelan Slevin, another Tyrone man. Little dummy, and feeds it to Conleth McGee from Vaughanville. They put it in. There's their one last chance for them. It's a full forward, and now they lash it. Oh, I thought it was going to hit the net. It hit the net, but outside the net. And surely that was the last chance, the last hurrah for Liverpool, John Moores. They so nearly snatched it away there. It was Oisin McGee from Galbally and Tyrone, but just missed the target, and just maybe that was their last chance. The referee looks at his watch. I was told 3 extra minutes. He looks at his watch again. Liverpool need to win this kick out. It's struck really well, and it carries with the wind as well. Now it's gone over the lines though, so Liverpool have it. Will they get one last chance? Owen Donnelly gives it to the substitute Sean Vaugh from Irvinstown. And Fermanagh, he's held up. The question is there time? But New York have won it back, and that might just be enough to do it. And he scoops it up. That's brilliant play for New York, and it was Tiernan McLaughlin. They've done it again. They've retained their title. It's New York, New York. So good you can say it twice. They have won the Electric Ireland Corn McLean 2 years in a row. Remarkable. They were only in the competition 6 years. They won the Shield 2 years ago. Then they won the Corn McLean last year, and they've defended it successfully. I make it they're unbeaten in 5 games on Ireland in 2 years. This New York team is a bit special, and they have really benefited from playing in this competition in Ireland. They have learned how to do it. They've learned the hard way. They learned the ropes, and you see there what it means to them. Their coach, Marty Boyle, in the middle of them. They are delighted to have come to Ireland and won it for the 2nd year in a row. Fantastic scenes again. And Liverpool, John Moores, make no mistake about it, a very, very good team, a very strong team, and they give it everything today, but they just weren't able to stop the New York machine from winning again. Barry Walsh says, New York a boo. Great work by the boys and management. Big thanks to all the sponsors as well. Absolutely. Well, early in the morning in New York, but it's been worth it. The manager is out there, Robert Corridon, and his management team, and they are thrilled to come here 2 years in a row. What a terrific achievement. They have put New York on the map in this competition. They are not just a team who turns up for novelty value. Irish lad says, congratulations, New York. Number 12, young Lawler, had a great game. Fantastic work rate all day long. He'd be my pick for player of the match. I'd agree with you there. In fact, who else do you think for player of the match? I'll take a few other contenders as the supporters go onto the pitch, and I see the stars and stripes going on as well down to my left. Yeah, Emmett Loughran again for me was very good. Lawler, Joey Grace had a good game, but the defence is always so solid. And to be honest, I'd be tempted to go for Aaron Traynor, the teenager, the number 18 at number 2. He had a terrific game in this match. And let me just have a word with Mikey here from Higher Education. You bring it over, we can do the presentation over here. Thank you, yeah. Excuse me for breaking away to have a conversation with the chairman here. He's got an umbrella, of course. The rain coming down again, but as you see, it matters not to New York. Dylan Moriarty goes for Aaron Traynor for player of the match as well. That's on the live chat. Thanks for that. I've just told them I'm tempted to give it to Aidan Lawler, but it's hard to go past an 18-year-old. Chatted to him yesterday, and he made that block at the end, which I think sealed it for me that he should get player of the match. So he's getting the decision. Do you agree with that? Colm Shelby gets another shout. He always seems to do. He's always one of those players who gets 8 out of 10. And Peter Cronin gets a vote as well from Brendan Rooney. Everywhere at once and always pushing forward or dropping back and doing the dirty work. Absolutely right. That's a great shout as well. Look, we could give it to 4 or 5, but I think it's nice to give it to the 18-year-old on this special day. We have the cup over here. We are going to stay on for the presentation. And that's Mike Hyland, the chairperson, who is trudging through the mud here at Churchill near Spa in Tralee, and he wants to get them over for the presentation. The cup is over here, so they're going to have to come over to us, and they will indeed do that. And Paula is down beside us here with the cup and the medal, so she's not going to them. They're going to have to come to us. So we will hang on for that. We will wait for them to come to us, and then hopefully we will be able to get a microphone out and hear the presentation and what has been said out there. Ryan Scanlon on the live chat says, get Aaron Traynor for another interview. Got him yesterday. He says he did a lot of work in Ned's by himself in the summer to get here today. I say they all did. And as I say, from Thanksgiving time, they put in a lot of effort. They know what it's about now. They've learned how to win in Ireland. And as I say, 2 wins this year, 2 wins last year. And they won the Shield the year before, so that's 5 games, 5 wins for New York. And this is Shelby coming over through the presentation area. He's delighted with himself, as are all of the players, and they're all coming over now. I knew they would. We'll hold out here and we'll get the presentation right here. And you should see, well, you can't see. Look at the mud on their legs. They really had to dig it out, and they did. Great performance by New York. And in a minute or so, when they come over, I'm going to depart from where I'm standing and go out to try and get some words from the players and pick up the whole presentation. That's going to be the plan, so bear with us here. I'm going to cover my screens as well because the monitors are getting wet because the rain is coming down again. So just figure that out for you. And then go into the middle. Talk and walk, as they say. Get a microphone to Mike. Just preparing, and you'll get the stars and stripes in the shots. I have the microphone with me. We're all ready to go, I think. And Mike has the Player of the Match award as well, and he's down in front of us, so let's head over to him. All right, I'll hold it.
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay, lads. We'll get this going here now. Obviously, the weather is fairly inclement, so you've been out in it long enough. Before we get onto the official presentation of the match of the cup itself, Corner Mauchline, we just had the presentation of the Leinn Himmer to have the man of the match, and it's Aaron Traynor for New York. the camera there if you want. Go on, yourself. Thank you.
He loves waving to New York.
Okay, lads, you hold me award now. Just want to thank a few people. Obviously, our fantastic sponsors, Electric Ireland, for all they've done over this weekend and all throughout the year. They're great sponsors. They've been with us for many, many years, and we're looking forward to working with them in the future. To MTU Kerry for the organising of this whole weekend, and obviously today to Churchill GAA for the use of the field. Obviously, as you can imagine, with the way the weather has been the last few weeks and over the weekend, pitches have been hard to come by. So I'd like to thank all the clubs who were very kind in giving us their pitches, and you might give them a round of applause there. To the GAA staff, in particular Kieran Carney and Ty Gagan, for all the work that they've done all year and leading up to this weekend. It's been fairly, as I said, between pitches and organising venues and all that, they've been pretty busy and they've done a fantastic job. I'd like to thank Jerome and his team here for streaming the matches, and they've done a lot of our games all year. And I know there's probably people watching this and this side over between New York and over here and around the world as well, and they do a fantastic job, so I'd just like to thank them again. And to thank both teams, lads. Obviously this is kind of the international final. Two very good teams, hard fought game. Obviously conditions not ideal, but you dug in. Seamus and his team referees did a fantastic job, so fair play. Commiserations to Liverpool, John Moores. Been very strong over a number of years, and I no doubt we'll see you back at the weekend again. And obviously to New York colleges, congratulations lads. You came over the last number of years, you've been getting stronger and stronger. You won this competition for the first time last year, and whatever win it is a credit to your players, to your mentors, your management and your families that you came back and retained it. So without further ado, I'd like to present Cornamaclean Cup to the captain of New Warrock, Peter Conan.
Firstly, just like to say hard luck to Liverpool, John Moores. My freshman year on the college team, you guys beat us in the final. You're always a great, strong side. I have no doubt you'll be back again. So hard luck. Well done, boys. Second, I'd like to thank everyone in Kerry, especially Tralee. This tournament's been great. We've been taken well care of, and thank you for that. So I give a round of applause for them. And I'll just keep this short. The cup's coming back to New York!
We're good. Peter, come on in here for a wee word, mate. On the camera here, Pete.
Yes.
You've done it again, mate. You've done it again, but what a dirty, dirty day.
Yeah, the conditions for both days have been tough. Like, we wouldn't be used to it. We were playing on AstroTurf, but
Really? Is this not New York weather?
no. But everyone dug deep. Everyone fought. We were down going into halftime, and we all just rallied around and came out in the second half and really proved it to ourselves that we're good enough to play in Ireland, you know. That's the best feeling.
You've really learned how to play in Ireland over the last few years. I make it now you've won 5 games in a row in Ireland.
Yeah, obviously the hurlers were back in January. They did a fantastic job winning the Connacht League in hurling, and now we're the next team. We're the next team to come to New York, and we kept the winning going, so it's great for New York.
And does it say at all that the player of the match was Aaron Traynor, just 18 years old, one of the new lads? I mean, you're getting better and better, and there's a production line.
Yeah, I know Aaron since he was 6 years old playing. He's always been a fantastic player, and for him being his first year on the college team was incredible. He was incredible today throughout the whole tournament. He's a great player.
And do you see it? Do you feel that you've made progress since you're only in this competition 6 years?
Yeah, definitely. From, you know, teams used to come over, lose to both games, and then finally the tide started changing and we're getting stronger and better. Each team's improving every year.
Brilliant. All right, well done, mate.
Thanks.
Well done. That's Peter. Try and get Colm Shelby here as well. Colm, good man. Come in for a wee word. How are you going? You're a bit of a mess there.
Yeah, it was a tough
What
one.
a dirty day that was.
Yeah, very dirty. Very bad conditions, but both teams have to play on the field, so we did very good.
Yeah, I mean, your captain there was saying you're not used to these sort of conditions in New York. And neither am I, and neither is our microphone as well, but just talk to me about how you've adapted to that.
Yeah, playing at Gaelic Park, always on the turf, it's a lot different coming here, playing on the grass. The last 2 years we've been fortunate playing up in Carlow and Waterford on the turf field, so we were very used to it, but now this year we do adapt. Sometimes we play on Rockland, and Rockland's a grass field, so it's kind of the same as this. So we're a little well trained for this then.
Just come around a little bit to see you properly. No, this way here so we can see you. Come around
okay.
here a wee bit. That's the boy. Yep, okay. So tell me, what age are you and where are you from and what's been your journey?
I'm 20. I'm from Rockland County, New York. My journey is I've been playing since I was a child, and we won the Fail. It started in 2017, all the way up since then.
And what's it like playing with this group and coming here to Ireland to win?
We're a tight-knit group, and we've all been playing together for a while now, so it's been coming up since the Fail in 2017, so it's very good now.
And what do you think is the future, individually and as a group?
Future is very bright. I think we still have a couple of years with us together on the college team, so we're definitely going to be coming back here and looking to retain it for a third year in a row.
And has this idea of coming to Ireland been useful for you personally as a player?
Yeah. I've come to every summer. I come here usually twice a year with my family, so it's very nice to come back in February too and play some football.
Well done, Colin. Thanks a million. I'll try and get Aidan here, will I, as well? Can you send him over there? We'll get Aidan for a quick word as well. Aidan Lawler, another of the new boys.
Shout out to my grandma and grandpa watching. Love you guys. I miss you guys.
That's all part of it. It's all part of it. Aidan. He's doing requests, he's shouting out to grannies and stuff. So let's start with family. Who do you want to say hello to?
Well, here's my grandpa, my dad, and my uncle, who have all been crazy supportive throughout my Gaelic career. Introduced me to the sport, and couldn't thank them enough. They're here for every game, every practice, so that's who I'd like to shout out. And then my family back home is watching, my brother, sister, and mom. So yeah, that's who I'd like to thank for this.
So they're just here. If we can get a little shot of them here, just tell me again their names now and where they're from.
So this is Pat Lawler from Castle Daly, Westmeath. My dad as well, and then my uncle is from Craig and Antrim.
Yeah, I was talking to him before the game, so he's come all the way down from Kickham's Craigan on the Loch Shore up in County Antrim there, so a mixed background, but you're a real New York boy?
Yeah, born and raised in New Jersey actually, so not even a New York boy, but shout out to them as well.
And what does it mean to you to be playing Gaelic football then, and to be playing here in Ireland and winning?
Oh, it's everything. It's amazing to come over here and play against teams that we thought about playing when we were kids. Obviously it's a different style of game, so you have to adjust for that, but it's awesome to be able to carry on my heritage, make my parents proud, especially my dad, who grew up playing and brought the sport over with him.
When you say a different style of game, have you had to adapt and learn how to play the game here?
Well, yeah, first off, the pitches are grassy, and we only play on turf in Gaelic Park, so just getting used to the running, the burning legs, it's a lot different, getting up and down the pitch, and obviously a lot more defensive, I think, but no, it's been a bit of an adjustment, but we were able to train that over in New York and be ready to come play here.
Yeah, because today you really had to play and get stuck in there and win a lot of dirty ball and compete. You know, you're not a New York team here coming in as a novelty or going to get rolled over when the tough gets tough. Yeah. When the tough get tough, you get going.
Well, yeah, we knew that. Did a challenge match against Kerry, and that was the first thing we noticed is ball on the ground has to be won. That was the biggest thing that we had to change before the semi-final. And I think we've done a pretty good job of it, just getting our bodies in the way. Sometimes you got to take a hit to win the ball, but it's all about recoveries and turnovers here. So, yeah, I think we did a pretty good job of it these past two games.
So what has the trip been like for you? You've retained the title, you've met the Cliffords, you've come through a few tough games, and you've met all your folks here. I mean, how would you describe the weekend?
Not much has gone wrong. Pretty successful for us, I'd say. Yeah.
And how important is it, do you think, to win 2 in a row?
Well, I think it says something. Our captain, Pete Cronin's always saying that good teams can win once, but only great teams can win a few times. So that's been the message from the captains and the coaches the whole way. And we kind of had a chip on our shoulder coming in, not saying, oh, we won it last year, it'll be easy. I think to come in and do it again shows how strong New York football is becoming, especially at the younger ages.
Absolutely. That's a good message from your captain. That's why he's the captain. I'm going to let you go, but could you go and get Robert Corridon for me, the manager? I see him just over there, but I'd be delighted to just get a wee word with him. But thanks a million. Thank you, mate. Well done. He's just over here to the left, so we'll fill a little minute here and you'll see the photographs being taken of all the players. They really don't mind the rain and the wind and the mud here. They're delighted, New York, and they've won it 2 years in a row. So hopefully we can get Robert, and there he is. He's going to come over now and get a quick word with us, hopefully, with the manager, and then we'll finish the coverage after that. But what a day we have had. What a day, Robert. We're just going to finish off here. You're here on the camera. Just stay where you are there. You know, the rain and the wind is coming in here, and I'm looking over, and I think the next parish is maybe New York. And you've come here and you've done it again. New York, New York.
Yeah, back to back is great. Yeah, beyond our wildest dreams. You know, to be honest with you, when we started off there, you know, Thanksgiving never we never really thought it was possible, really, to be honest with you. But as we went along, we got to believe in the belief, and we knew things started going well, and we started to realise that this could be there for us. And but still you need to work like a dog and work real hard and get there and get over the line. And so I'm just thrilled.
And they really did work like dogs in these difficult conditions.
I said to someone there recently, just a minute ago there, he was a new stock guy actually. I said it was a bit like Munster beating the All Blacks back in the 70s, But no, they had to slog it out in the mud, in the rain, in the wind, adversity everywhere. But these boys prevailed, And I'm just delighted for them young lads, and I'm delighted for New York football, which is on the up and it's going forward.
Exactly.
Keep an eye on us because the future's bright.
Exactly. How important then is it to win 2 in a row, do you think, back to back, to reaffirm what you did last year and keep that momentum going there?
Yeah, it would be great for the back to back or the 2 in a row to me, but as such. But I just think we're going in the right direction more than anything else. And especially this team, Liverpool, apparently the guys were telling me that we've had trouble beating them before, and never have beaten them before actually. But to beat them here at the final is special, and we'd save it for a long time to come.
And you say working like a dog. Are you okay with us giving player of the match to your number 2? He made some block down there.
I'm a huge fan of that young kid. I thought you could have given him man of the match yesterday as well. I think he's I said to him after do you know what I said to him? I said, a star is born. And just, take Aaron is going to be a special player, always was.
And just finally to sum up, where New York are only 6 years in this competition, and now I make it you've won your last 5 games in the competition from the Shield a couple of years ago. But more importantly, again, looking at the wider picture here, the development of these players and what it's doing for New York GAA, and for these lads to come over here at the age that they're at and to play at this level and to learn how to win at this level, how is that going to benefit them?
I think these boys are not going to stop at this. These guys know there's bigger and there's better things down the road for these lads, and I don't think they're going to pack it in here. They're going to keep on going and keep on improving, and whether that's junior or senior New York, this is the great pathway for them boys, and they're getting a taste of what it's like to win against international competition, whether it be England or Ireland or anywhere else. These guys they're going to go on for more bigger and better things.
So do you think playing at third level here in Ireland has given them an extra impetus, an extra knowledge of what the intensity's like, and they can bring it back to their own game and make them better players?
Better players, 100%. We noticed that down through the years. I've been involved with Fela as well, under 14. In fact, the last time Kerry was in, Fela was in Kerry, I was here with the team as well, some of the same guys. So, no, it does bring them on an awful lot. It moves them forward in leaps and bounds. It's great to get outside competition. And it's great for their confidence as well, and it gives them a bigger, broader picture of, what's going on.
Final shout out has to be for whoever did the laundry to get the jerseys ready again for today, but they're in a mess again. You need them done again out at Leinn Country House there.
I'm going to give the credit to my nephew Jack and my niece Beatrice, who done the laundry last night, and they'll do it again tonight with a smile on their face. Although I'm not sure if we ever even want to wash those jerseys, to be quite honest with you. I don't mind the mud. I don't mind the mud from Churchill on those jerseys. We might keep it like that.
Spoken like a Kerry man.
So I love Churchill. We love Kerry. We love coming home. It's brilliant. We love New York. We love New York and we love Kerry. It's just a days like today. Like, there's what's not to like. You're
starting to get emotional on me now, but that's what it means to come here and do this.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of emotion involved, and I'm not sure how to answer that fully, but we keep it in check. We get over the line, and a lot of emotion out there on the field as well, and it all helps, and that's what you need.
Brilliant. Well done, Robert. Thanks a million.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very, very much. We'll wrap it up there as we look at these fantastic scenes here, and he goes back into the middle of it. The players go off. Kerry man, home from home, enjoying this day, and what a day it has been. He goes over to his son actually to talk to Luke and get a photograph taken as well, and the cup being shared around for all the photos. But as I say, the wider picture is this New York group of players, and the players last year and the ones coming behind them now know they can come to Ireland, they can compete, and New York GAA surely will only benefit. And with the announcement of their new $3 million first ever permanent base for underage football in the Yonkers area at Redmond Park in December, it's all going in the right direction, and it's been great to be able to follow them here 2 years in a row. Maybe we're the lucky charm. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream coverage from myself and the whole team here. I'm looking out over the cameraman in the hedge, and I'm looking at the Atlantic Ocean, and New York's over that way. It's a long way to New York. 3,000 miles they've come, but they have won here today, and it's been an honour to bring their success to you over the internet, thanks to Higher Education GAA. So from all of us on the team, it's goodbye.
I have to.